Hello, beautiful people in the world. I am your host, Essence.
And I am your host, Alondra, and you're now listening to Pretty Perspectives. Before we get started into this video, don't forget to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and just keep on watching.
Yeah, stay to the end because we got some really, really nice credits for you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
We do.
I was thinking maybe next. Well, let's actually introduce ourselves to our new viewers.
Yes, we've been getting up there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, and I don't think, people go back to our first video.
Probably not.
So, to our new viewers, this podcast is about skin health and fashion
experiences.
Yeah, in the beauty industry.
Perspectives.
Yeah, and we are both estheticians.
Yes, here in California.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing this for almost 2 years.
Yep. I've been doing it for 3.
See, so
yep.
You guys should just keep on staying here and please watch us.
Yeah, like this video if you've been following us along since day one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are real ones.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been, I don't know, time goes by so fast, and just in a little amount of time we've already been growing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I gotta remember, like, the slow rise is the best rise.
Yep, there you go.
Especially in the entertainment industry or space. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that we perfect our craft and put the best part of us out on social media for people to view. Well
said.
Yeah.
Good job. Definitely the upcoming episodes are going to be really fun. We have something special coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Yeah.
But yeah, we decided to do a little mukbang today.
Yeah.
We will be posting where we made and how we made these lovely drinks. Cheers to that.
Cheers. It's agua fresca with what is it? The strawberry?
It's fresa agua fresca.
Okay.
There you go. Can you repeat that?
Say it one more time.
And
then I'll say it.
Fresa agua fresca.
Fresa agua fresca.
There you go. You. Yes. It's more on the creamier side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good. And it's so really easy to make too.
If you want the recipe, it'll be on our Instagram and TikTok account.
Definitely. We'll be posting it. But what are we getting into today, food-wise?
So, as we were composing this podcast,
it took us like a good 2 hours, huh?
Yeah, we were preparing for it. Alondra was like, "Oh, I'm getting hungry." I'm like, she told me I shouldn't be recording when I'm hungry. I said, "Okay, well, we need to get you something to eat then." So she suggested protein. Is it called Protein House?
Protein House.
Yeah, and this is actually my first time.
I'm excited. I actually got it last time while I was here at work on my lunch, and I was like, I want something healthy, but it's gonna fill me up. And I just went on Yelp and I found this spot.
So it's 8:07 at night, and this is the perfect meal that we can eat.
Yes.
While we're recording our podcast.
Definitely.
You want to tell them what you got?
So I got a build your own bowl, and it has some chicken, carrots, asparagus, zucchini, broccoli, white rice. Oh my god, my mouth is watering. Red bell peppers and chimichurri sauce.
Chimichurri sauce.
There you go.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that again, but I got the same sauce in my protein bowl. I got broccoli, chickpeas, quinoa, and steak.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anything? Oh, and mushrooms.
There you go.
I love mushrooms. That's a little fun fact about me.
I used to be so sketched out about mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Is it the look of it or the
texture? I think it was the look of it, but it doesn't taste like anything.
I was watching. I've been really into Shark Tank. Have you watched Shark Tank before?
No, I've heard of it.
So I've been really. Do you know the concept of Shark Tank though?
Is it like a sell thing?
Yeah. So it's like a panel of entrepreneurs, the best in the industry, $1 million, $1 billion entrepreneurs, sitting and giving loans. Well,
to build a business, right?
To build other people's ideas, right? And and they also get interest, like an interest rate for the equity of the business. And I came across one of the episodes where a guy was selling beef jerky, but instead of the beef, it was mushroom. It looks so good. I was thinking about ordering it.
Did you? Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Look at that mushroom. That's so good.
Bear with us, guys.
Yeah, please.
We haven't ate anything all day trying to prepare. So right now, this is heaven.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yay!
I can just eat the mushrooms in the entire bowl, like by itself. It's so good.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, girls are happy when they start doing the little dance after a few bites. Wow.
Well,
That is amazing. Look at us.
all right, I'm gonna take one more heaping bite,
And then we'll get into it.
Yeah. Give us a moment.
Enjoy us while we eat this.
It's good for our souls and our skin.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the chickpeas.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That was awesome. So,
Great.
we got a book here making
do.
an appearance.
And the girls that know. If you know, you know, right?
If you know, you know. You know everything inside this book, page to page, word for word. Took me and you 6 months with learning this book. So the reason why it's here is because me and Alondra came across like a moment.
Yeah.
That
not everybody realizes it's in there.
Yeah.
And how important it is.
And how important it is. Yeah. It's very inspirational too.
Definitely.
So in the beginning of this book, right, you have the credits, the future, the industry standard, and the memoriam page. We want to go over the memoriam page with you guys because we found something very interesting and very inspirational.
And I hope people know at least some of this.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then it's okay. That's why we're here.
I don't think a lot of
estheticians.
Estheticians or cosmetologists know about this person.
No.
Especially unless you are a researcher in the business, you want to go a little bit further and become like one of the members on the board.
Then it's different, yeah.
Yeah, you probably go searching for it, or maybe a teacher, right?
Yeah.
In the education system. Other than that, if you're like running your business or new in the industry, I don't think people know about this part of the book.
No, probably not. I just found out about it today. That could just say a lot.
So, this man right here, you want to tell the people who this man is?
This man is Joel Jerson.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
You said it perfectly.
Okay, good.
And Joel Jerson has a PhD in skin science. And before he got his PhD, he was in the truck driving industry, and he served 2 years in the U.S. Army.
Yes, he did. What else was he on?
He won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
I think he
was a really smart man.
Yeah, very intelligent man.
Hardworking too.
But he almost made a mistake that could have altered your life and my life.
Yeah.
And whoever's listening who's an esthetician, your life as well. So I think everyone should know this. So he deserved to have a spot here on our platform. So you want to tell them a little bit more about him?
So pretty much thanks to him, we have this platform, this industry called esthetician. Thanks to him, we have this book. He's the one that started, creating, right, this book. And let's take it back. As we mentioned, he served in the military
for 2 years.
For 2 years. He was a truck driver. He was also a cosmetologist.
Yeah.
So pretty much, that's how everything started. He was started as a cosmetologist. After a few bumps on the road, he ended up being a cosmetologist. And at one point,
he didn't want to finish.
No, he was like,
I'm gonna leave this book open.
Yes.
He didn't want to finish cosmetology school because he thought that it wasn't going to be significant to him in his life, because what does it look like, going for like
truck driving and
rifling your hand to holding a bobby pin, right?
He didn't even know what that was, or the difference between hair tools
and a hair clip. He didn't know what that was at all. And it wasn't until he had a conversation with his father. And this actually hits home with me. I'm not sure about you, but his father told him to go get your license, so wherever you are in this, wherever you are in the world, you'll always have a job. You will always have work. And I kid you not, I get a little bit emotional because it's just like a whole God circle, like a whole God wink. Because my mom told me the same thing before I went across the United States.
Because you did it a whole change.
Exactly. And I didn't know what to do. I was so indecisive.
Oh, I'm
sorry, guys. I'm getting a little, because I'm like, I can relate to this iconic man. He's an icon in this industry.
He is. And I feel like he's not very known.
No.
Besides, I mean, when we open up this page, and realistically, when we open up a book and we see these pages,
the credits,
do we really pay attention to them?
I don't think so. We just flip right to the nitty-gritty thing so we can get the read over with.
Exactly. But thanks to him, we are where we are now.
Yeah, exactly. So this is very, very important to us. And we should be giving our flowers to this man, because he listened to his father. That's the first award, right? In 1974, he championed the first skincare show with Robert
and Ann Kean.
That's amazing. So he got his first trophy in the entire industry.
I'm glad he just went straight into it and he did not hesitate, because he did a lot. He won a lot of awards. Based on some backstory within this, he was a really funny guy. Yeah, he got along with everyone too, and he was really important in a lot of people's lives, regardless of being a cosmetologist and then eventually, transitioning into that. But yeah, he seemed like he was a very inspiring man, and it would have been nice if we got a little bit more from him now.
Just, a little bit more information about him while we were in school, just so we can know where we came from. You know how, me and you have our ancestors, where we came from, where our roots started. Well, this is for us as estheticians. This is where we come from. And this book is not like an easy read. This is so huge.
It's huge. Keep in mind too, when we were in school, we had to get through this book. We had to get through this book so quick.
Yeah.
I can't with myself. Anywho,
It's so quick.
Let me take a sip.
We did. We had 6 months, 600 hours, and every week we had an exam.
We did. So it's like it could only take us so much, for us to actually pay attention to this that's actually so important. Don't get me wrong, everything else is really important because we're supposed to know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And based on protocols and everything, but hey, I just found out about this. Yeah. That's crazy.
And something else? He went through school. He had a PhD in skin science. Mm-hmm. So he went through years of school for us to go through 600 hours. To him, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That is nothing to him. He got that's what, 5 years in school for a PhD? Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That just makes me want to know more.
Yeah, and want to do more too. Want with the education more, that
just
we
because have. He pretty much started a whole career for all of us.
Yeah,
especially to the girls out there too. If you're thinking about going to esthetician school, do it. And really, really do your research. And maybe you can ask, your instructor, like, a little bit more about him.
Yeah.
And let's see what they tell you. Yeah.
See if they even know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was in school, they never told me anything about this man. Mm-mm. That's a little concerning.
Hold on.
That's okay. I'm like, girl, break. A little quick.
Dude, this food is making me go astray. But what I was about to say, what my point was, is that I believe that
I lost my point.
I did lose my point, but it'll come back to me. But one thing that I would like to say is that in school, I think there should be more, because we learn of where aesthetic came from, like how beauty was performed in the ages of time. We're not educated of where the industry started.
No.
All we know is where the industry is heading.
Yeah.
And it would be great for people to know more about where it began, so we can cipher out all of the things that we don't need.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because back in, when was it? 1974. That's when he already championed the first skincare. Right? So prior to that, could you imagine like how much schooling, how much did he learn? What did he learn before even being, like, I'm going to launch this already? A whole skincare. Like, there's so much to know prior to that too.
Yeah, so he worked with Revlon, right? Like, he worked with Revlon before he started winning awards, so he had already done so much for the industry.
Yeah.
Wow. What else? Oh, I cannot go without saying this. So there is a story in this book, and I was kind of like, this is what I want my career to lead up to. Just me working here as skin etiquette and being taught by, my opinion, one of the best esthetician there is, Raylene Wagner. She already gave me the vision of how to perform a facial massage properly and, elevate it more and fluff it out more. But this man, this man had one of my, I'm going to start it by saying one of the sentence in the paragraph. One of my favorite memories is how he was so proud when at the ABA Beauty Ball in New York City, he was asked to perform a facial massage in front of more than 800 people and did so with beautiful movements to the strum of a harpist. It was so gorgeous, I cried.
Somebody cried.
If I don't do this in my career,
That'll make somebody cry.
if I don't do a facial massage, I'm so serious, guys. Mark my word. If one day in my future I don't play to more than 800 people with a harpist in the background doing a facial massage,
I ain't doing it.
I have not
out.
succeeded yet in my career. I'm not, because guys, I kid you not, I love facial massages. Any of my clients can tell you.
Oh, girl, you could put somebody to sleep.
I love facial massages, and this I think is so amazing. I remembered what I was about to say.
Typical Essence. It's okay.
So let's bring it back. So what I was about to say earlier is that the reason of how we came across this page in the book is that we were going over one of the episodes that we already created and posted. It's the laser hair removal.
Yep.
So if you have not watched it yet after this video,
check it out.
Yeah, go ahead and check it out. But we were getting all of our information from this book.
Yeah, we were.
And I was about to get on a phone call with you to, put all the notes together. And while I was waiting, I was reading this.
Oh, that's how you came across it then.
That's how I came across it. I was like, I never read this. Let me just sit here while I wait. I have some time to kill. Why not? Right? And that's how I came across this. So it got me thinking, how many estheticians who are instructors, just flip patch?
Honestly, I am really questioning that because let's just say my experience wasn't, it could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
But even instructional wise and everything, it could have been better. So now it's so true when they say you have to educate yourself even after you stop going to school and after you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And look at us now. We're learning something we should have learned when we first started. Literally the first chapter.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if not the first chapter, the first time we go to school and start learning, it has to be at the end.
Give credit to this man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You hear that? Institutions out there, we're talking to you. Give credit to this man. He's
telling
an icon.
you, we're not playing here. We'll look where you are. Find you. Just kidding.
There was another thing that we wanted to bring up in this podcast, and I think it's related to.
Hey, he's kind of handsome.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well groomed.
Definitely. Very elegant man.
Maybe
not my type, but hey, little bestie.
He's definitely someone I would have in my group of friends for sure.
Yeah.
But it goes with the facial massages.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this man had an understanding on how energy works.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about this ring light.
No.
I'm talking about people.
Yeah, it matters so much, like the energy you give off. That's why, yes, anybody can become an esthetician. Mm-hmm. If you go to school, get your license, and that's it. There you go. You become an esthetician. But it has to do a lot with how you project your energy to people too. I had a client the other day telling me that I was really good at what I did just because I was able to just calm him down.
Mm-hmm.
He was going through some stress in his life. And as soon as your client steps into that room, they can be vulnerable to absolutely everything. Mentally, emotionally, physically too,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it matters a lot when, you make sure they're comfortable, they're relaxed, even in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do a lot with how you perform massages, how
Mhm.
you do that, physical contact.
Mhm.
And yeah, like I know you do such a good job at
Thank
that.
you.
So good.
Thank
Trust me.
you.
I remember when I would do my, let's say like I get my lashes done. Getting your lashes done can be so relaxing to some people, but
Mhm.
at least for me, I
No.
can't. Like I'm like always like, I wonder like what's going on.
Mhm.
But you even doing that, like you have to get to a point with your client, like where you're okay, you're safe,
Mhm.
and it goes back to the same thing as being, performing a facial massage. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna get clients that as soon as you leave the hands off their face, they open their eyes. So
Yeah.
that
Like,
means
what
like
are you doing
yeah,
now?
that means
Yeah.
okay, the connection is not there. What can I do? Okay, let me, focus more
Mhm.
on making them feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then that's when they just knock out.
Knock out completely. And I believe that it starts with the treatment room.
Yep.
What's the lighting in your treatment room?
Mhm.
Is it harsh white light
Yep.
or is it low dim yellow light?
I'm so sorry about this, y'all.
It's okay. I'm over here tearing up. It's not a podcast, Pretty Perspective podcast.
No.
Essence
We're just
doesn't tear up.
girls. Yeah.
But yeah, what's the lighting looking like? How does it smell?
Smell. Yes.
How does your room smell?
Can't be smelling no chimichurri up in there.
No. It should smell like lavender or
yeah, essential oils are
yeah,
literally essential.
everything. It
Yeah.
is essential. And also, how clean is it in your treatment room?
Mhm.
And how organized is your treatment room?
How comfy the bed is.
Yep.
You can't just be having something so like stiff
You
and
also
hard.
want to know what's very important that I did not get until my client moved into her first own property. The wall color. No, stick
Oh.
with me. Stick with me. I know I sound crazy, but in our treatment room, we'll probably put a picture. We have to.
Yeah.
We have this what is it called? Pistachio green wall paint on
Mhm.
our wall. Gorgeous. It just brings the ambiance to the room. It's so nice. And I didn't realize how much of an impact it had on my client or still have on my client until my client brought her first home. She came in after working on renovating her home, changing a few things up, nothing too crazy, but she wanted to change the color in her kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And the color in her kitchen on her kitchen cabinets is pistachio green. She did not realize how much of effect that room had on her until she came into the room the next day. She's like, "Oh my goodness, this room is pistachio green." I'm like, "You just wanted she just wanted a piece of the room that brings her relaxation."
Wow.
Especially in the kitchen. Oh my god, the kitchen is so
It can be hectic.
Yeah, getting food together and
But it
prepared.
can be very relaxing for some people too.
Exactly. And for her to subconsciously, she didn't consciously pick this color out, mind you. She did not. She went through a lot of colors.
Muscle memory too.
Yes.
Yep.
She went through so many colors until she chose the pistachio green. And I smiled. I didn't say anything. All I did was just smile. I'm like, I can't believe how much of an impact skin etiquette has on your life.
I mean, you can't do like a bright pink.
No.
Maybe a baby pink, a lavender.
People typically go curtains. Typically in a kitchen, you would think white,
yeah,
dark
gray.
wood, yeah, gray, dark wood brown, but pistachio green, and it looks awesome, by the way. Wow. If you're watching it, your kitchen looks amazing. But yeah, that's how you get yourself set up for success. That's how you get yourself set up as an esthetician to perform the best service that you can perform for your client.
Even the way you talk to them, you can't be like, oh no, loud with them. I know as soon as my clients come in, I try to lower my voice too a little bit, even when they first come inside the building, like, oh, like, how are you? Do you need anything? Use the restroom, some water before, some tea. And then, you welcome them even when you're giving them like instructions on where to place their stuff or what to do, what to remove. That matters a lot too. Instead, you can't just be like, oh, leave your stuff right there and take that off. I'll be back. No! You can't just be, no.
You're right. So all of those things matter. And another thing, we were talking about it before we even press record, how we deal with our energy. After doing an hour of facial on a client, working with energy, how do we take that?
Don't get me wrong. We were actually talking about this, right, the other night at dinner with Raylene. We were talking about how us as estheticians, we can definitely intake a lot of different energy. It could be good energy and it could be bad energy. And, this is what I believe too. If we allow ourselves to intake that negative energy, we're definitely going to feel it. And don't get me wrong, like after a long day with full schedule, you are drained. Maybe not physically, but mentally you can drain yourself.
Most often that is what we deal with. Mental drain.
And I noticed that like, I feel so relaxed during the time, that I'm doing a service, but after my day, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I am exhausted. My mind is just ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm like, wait, but I'm just sitting down. So why do I feel so tired? And it's because of that. We're constantly dealing with different energies, and it matters a lot how we work with that.
Yep.
Raylene was telling us, before you start your treatment, make sure you protect yourself, you protect your client, and just imagine
a box.
Before
going into the room, imagine you have a tail, right? Imagine that you have a tail that goes deep into the Earth's core. I know it sounds crazy, but it actually works. It works. I did it this morning, and actually, I'm so happy that I did it this morning because all the things that we did could freak someone out after a long day. I had 3 facials to pump out, and I was completely tired. All 3 of them mentally could have drained me if I didn't do this. So in the morning, I just imagined in my meditation that I had a tail going down into the Earth's core, and the energy that I had was just leaving and going into the Earth. And also, the box is for the conversations that you have before you go in the room. And that box is, say that after you meditate, step outside and wait for your client to get themselves prepared. You go into the room, right, after you protect yourself and the client, think about the client and where their headspace is. And in that time, I evaluate, how did I feel when they first walked in the door? Did they seem like they were in a rush? Did they seem like they were relaxed? That's what I think about. How were they? What was my feeling about this person that just came into the door? And then go into the room, and whatever they say, genuinely listen to your client. And if you hear something that is a little bit draining to your battery, that's negative, put it into the box. Like, you have to be conscious about it. Say, okay, this goes into the box. And close it down. And then what else did she say?
At the end of the day, just...
evaluate that box when you get home. See what you want to keep.
Yes.
And what you want to just forget. File it in the back of your head and don't come back to it.
No. Because when you work in this industry, you're gonna hear a lot of things. It could be good things, it could be bad things. So it can. What is it called? We're I seen this post on Instagram. We're unpaid therapists or something like that. Something like that.
Unlicensed therapist.
There you go, unlicensed therapist. Working for the free. But
I've cried so many times not so many times. I've cried a couple times with my clients
when they're telling me something, and obviously they can't see my face, you know, but sometimes what they tell me, I am feeling too. I feel for them. So it's like, I just don't want her to see me cry with her. But
there was this one time, couple times, I couldn't hold back the tears because it was so sad.
oh,
And just like as a professional, giving them a service, and also as a friend,
yeah,
right? Because we developed these relationships with our client, and it made me feel, I'm thinking about a scenario that I had missed a sign that was there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it makes you feel bad sometimes, right? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, how could I have gotten about this? Or like,
how did I let that go?
Oh.
And I just broke down. She was like, why are you crying? I said, because I didn't know you were dealing with all this. And I'm so sorry. Like, you deserve better in life. And oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But I think that actually helped her. It helped me in the situation. Because you want to be genuine.
Yeah, you can't be sugarcoating things. No.
So,
obviously with professionalism and, you know, respect, but at the end of the day, you get to a very close point with your clients, you know, regardless, especially if they're, you know, regularly coming in. You build a relationship
and
with
this
them.
was a regular client that came in. She left for a couple months. She forgot about me, and then she came back. I was like, oh my goodness. I was so upset with myself. And she just reassured me. She said, it's fine. I didn't want to tell anybody. You're okay. And I was like, I had to give her a big hug. I was like, girl, it's fine. Next time,
just let me know.
Just let me know. Yeah. So you're right. You have to protect your energy, protect your space, and also your client's space. Like, it helps to think about them before you start a facial massage.
And reassure them too, you know, that they're safe.
Yeah.
At least with us. I may be tiny, but you never know.
No. So another thing before we close out today's episode, I want to bring back up our fundraiser.
Yes. We've definitely been getting some donations, and that's why we decided to go ahead and make a
pink drink,
pink cups, and wear pink too.
Yeah.
You know, let's not forget that at the end of the day, it's, you know, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and anything helps. Our fundraiser is going to be in our social medias. You can check our Instagram, Pretty Perspectives Instagram, our personal Instagram as well. And we'll be definitely linking the
link.
Yes, the link down below.
So our target goal is 1,000. If we don't reach that 1,000, the money still goes to the American Cancer Society. Whatever we raise will still go to them. And we get now a little less than 31 days to raise the funds. So please, anything helps. $5, $1, $20.
Anything helps.
Yes.
We, you know, anything helps. Yeah. That's what I can say. Yeah.
So, do you want me to close out YouTube?
Yeah, go ahead.
To our YouTube listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Turn on those notification bells, and share this video with a friend if you care.
And for our Spotify listeners, please don't forget to follow our account and rate this episode. Let us know how much you're liking our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, also, before we end this video, like Joel Jerson said,
let's see,
love what you do
and care to be different.
I love that.
I love it.
We'll love what you do and care to be different.
Yep, that's what he said. That's his infamous, iconic quote.
I'm telling you, that man was iconic.
Yep, in his lifetime. So we wanted to give you that little quote.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching and listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.